Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Cyclone Scuttlebutt. I'm Tommy, it's Randy. We cover Iowa State sports for the Des Moines Register. And Randy, it's finally game week. Iowa State opens the season Saturday against South Dakota State. There's tons of excitement when it comes to this Iowa State football team, and for good reason. Iowa State returns a lot of strong weapons, a lot of really good players to this year's team, but for as much as we know about this Iowa State team, there are still kind of a few questions that are kind of lingering around this football team. What are the biggest ones?
The place kicker. Talk much. The place kicker is the biggest situation. Right now, there's three guys in there. A walk-on Connor Asali, and I don't know how to say that name. So, Chris Francis and Braden Narveson. I'm thinking that Narveson, he's the scholarship guy out of Arizona, the freshman. I'm guessing he wins. He does it, but he's going to have a short leash. And I guarantee you that Chris Francis will be the kickoff guy. And how many of his kickoffs are going to be returned under this new rule? I have no idea. But so I'm guessing that's the way it goes because Campbell likes to have his kickoff guy and his place kicker separated. He likes them to do separate things. So that's the biggest one. People really are going to be keeping their eye on the middle linebacker where you've got a true freshman, Mike Rose. How do you think that's going to go?
It's going to be interesting to see. I think at that middle linebacker spot, we're going to see at least two guys, maybe all three of them. It's almost, when it comes to the starting spots, like, okay, they just need to figure out who's going to take the first snap. Realistically, the question is, who's going to take the most snaps? And it's going to come down to Mike Rose and Orion Vance. And right now, my gut kind of tells me it might be Mike Rose, but it's going to be a big question because this is not that bad of a South Dakota State team. This is a really good non-Power 5 team that Iowa State's going to be facing come Saturday.
Yeah, they're number 3 in the 1AA rankings. They've beaten North Dakota State. They were in college. They were in that division's Final Four last year. So, this is a good team. They're coming in with nothing to lose. So it's going to be a close game for a while. I think Iowa State ends up winning by double-digit points, but Iowa State should be just glad to get out of this game with any kind of victory. Let me go to one more thing here. Let me just get your opinion on this. David Montgomery carries and yards.
Wow. I'm not sure about how many carries and total yards. I haven't really thought about the over-under on that, but it's going to be interesting because I think they're going to they want to work him hard, but they also want to limit the load a little bit because, look, they've got some really talented guys back there between Johnny Lang, Kene Nwangu. All those guys, they've got to get into a rhythm and keep fresh because, as we saw at the end of last season, David Montgomery got a little dinged up and may not have been able to handle kind of the wear and tear of the Big 12. So you got to have somebody ready and on standby in case that happens again this year.
I'm going to go with 18 for 160 because they're not going to want to show anything funky unless Iowa State has to. Their offense is going to be pretty vanilla because of who's coming up next and after that. So it'll be interesting to see. I see that there's rain kind of cropped up in the weather forecast for Saturday night. So anyway, that's okay though. We'll see what happens. So for the Des Moines Register and DesMoinesRegister.com, he's Tommy Birch and I'm Randy Peterson.